it's Hunter and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, it is so nice to meet you. Today's video, we are going through my TBR. Right now, I decided to label all of my books TBR by a number, so I cannot read any of these books until I finish the physical book that I have in my hand. I can read on my Kindle, but basically I am trying to get through these books because I have a ton of them that I haven't read. There's like a handful on this shelf that I actually have read. I've spent way too much money on these books to not read them. Some of them I paid full price for, some of them were given to me, some of them were thrifted, but overall, I spent money on them, so I need to read them, and I picked them out because they intrigued me at some point. So, like I said, definitely need to read them. So that is kind of me. This is gonna be me just showing you my physical TBR. This is not all of them. I have them labeled up to this one, so this is the order in which I want to read them. So I'm kind of just gonna show you all of the books. My physical TBR, I did this in January, and I don't think I got through any of those. Some of these are still on the same list. Like, some of these are from that list, but I've added some, I've taken some away. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Before we do, be sure to subscribe to my channel down below if you have not already, and now let's get started. The first book I had on this list I already read, and then the second book that was here is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I am currently reading that one. So we're starting with book 3 from my list. This one is called Girl A by Abigail Dean, and I'm super excited about this one because it was already on my TBR and it was buy one get one 50% off at Barnes & Noble. The next book on this list, I'm pretty sure I put in the last TBR video as well. It is Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. I just haven't gotten to it yet because I don't have the other books in the series, so I've been kind of putting it off, but I did find out that you can let people borrow books on Kindle, so I'm gonna read this first and then I'll have a friend let me borrow them. She already told me I could borrow them, I just had to let her know when. This one was also in my last video. It is I Don't Forgive You by Angie Bloom Thompson. An accomplished photographer and the devoted mom of an adorable little boy, Allie Ross, has just moved to an upscale DC suburb, the kind of place where parenting feels like a competitive sport. Allie's desperate to make a good first impression, and then she's framed for murder. That sounds really good. Next is One by One by Ruth Ware. I feel like I've started this book a couple times from the library and just could never get into it, but I am determined to like this because I've read The Woman in Cabin 10 and let's see, she also read The Lion Game. I've read both of those and I liked both of them. So I really am excited to give this another try. I got this from a little free library. Next is The Last Flight by Julie Clark. This one was also in the free little library. Two Women, Two Flights, One Last Chance to Disappear. Next, I thrifted this one. It is Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. I am so looking forward to this. I love a psychological domestic thriller. This one is brand new to my collection. It looks like it's never been read, to be completely honest. I got it from Goodwill. It's called Before This Is Over by Amanda Hickey. And this one is about an epidemic. I think this book was written in like 2003 or something. I'm really excited to read this one. Oh, it's from 2015. Oh, never mind. It's based on something that happened to her in 2003. A deadly virus is spreading around the world. At first, it's a distant alarm bell in the background of Hannah's comfortable suburban life, and then suddenly the epidemic has arrived on her doorstep. Sound familiar, guys? Literally seems so good, and it's so relevant to our current time. So that's why I wanted to grab that. Next is one that's been out forever, has a movie. It's Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I've read other books by her, and I really, really liked them. I've never seen the movie of Gone Girl, and I definitely want to watch it after I read this. Next, I can't remember if I thrifted this one or if it came in like some sort of box, but it is The 100 Lies of Lizzie Lovett by Chelsea Sadati. Oh my, this is YA, but I'm excited about it. Super excited to read this because I've never heard of it. I've never heard anybody talk about it before. I don't know if it's that it's an older book. It's from 2017, so it's not that old, but I'm excited to try it. So I really was drawn in by the cover. Next is The Stranger on the Train, and I got this in a mystery book box. Seems like a psychological thriller, but I'm really excited to read this. This one I bought from Books A Million like forever ago. It's called My Last Kiss by Brittany, Neal, and the reason why this one is on my list is because I started it and then never finished it. Let me see, what's the copyright date on this? 2014. I'm pretty sure I bought it around that time, but I have had it for so long and never read it, so I just need to read it because I've had it for so long. YA, we're gonna get it done. Finally gonna read that. Next is another one that I thrifted, and I don't think anybody has ever read this one because the spine is not broken or anything, and it's also currently for sale at Target. So So it's definitely a newer book. It came out in 2021. Like literally the first hardcover printing was in February of 2021, so it's only about a year old. But it's it's Missing and Endangered by J.A. Jantz. Next is one I got from Barnes & Noble, and this has actually got a new show on HBO Max called The Flight Attendant. I'm excited to check out the show, but of course I want to read the book first. It is The Flight Attendant by Chris Beaujolan. Can't pronounce the name, sorry. This literally looks so good. This is number 15 on my list. I can't believe I have to read 15 more books before I will let myself read this one. Next, I believe this was, yes, part of Reese's book club. I actually thrifted this one as well. It's called The Cactus by Sarah Haywood. This cover is so cute. Yeah, I thrifted this one, so it was only like 99 cents. Number 16 on this list. I tried to like not do so many thrillers in a row and not like regular contemporary things in a row, so I tried to mix it up a little bit. I thrifted this one as well, 99 cents. It is Find Her by Lisa Gardner. Looks really good. I've read other books from the D.D. Warren series, so I'm excited to read this one. I also love a mass market paperback, if I'm being honest. Next is, I'm pretty sure I thrifted this one also. It is Magic Hour by Kristen Hanna, and I was really excited when I saw this one at the thrift store because I had this one on my list already. That just looks like a really good book. Let me see how old this is. 2006 was when it was first written. So it is an older book, but I'm very excited to read it. Next is definitely an older book because this one is pretty much falling apart. I thrifted this one. It is The Pact from Jodie Picoult. Super excited about reading this. It seems very like mysterious, but also like a love story. IDK, but I'm excited to read it. I just got text. I'm almost to the end of my list and my leg is asleep. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, my leg is definitely asleep. This one was in my last TBR video, but it is A Summer Affair by Elin Hildebrand, and I have never read anything by this author before, but I found this in the Free Little Library where I got the other two from. Maybe it was three. The other three from. Next on the list. I want to return the ones I got from the Free Little Library after I get finished reading them so the other people can read them since I didn't pay for the book anyway, so that's kind of why they're all in here, so I can return them. Almost there. This one is called Come Find Me by Megan Miranda. Megan Miranda is one of my favorite thriller authors, although I have not read the most famous of her books, All the Missing Girls. But this one is, I'm not sure if it's YA. I found it in the YA section. I got it on my birthday, actually. This is so cool that some of the pages are black, because you don't normally see that. But I think this is going to be a really good book. I have read The Last House Guest from her. There's other books that I haven't read from her, but she is definitely a psychological suspense author and she's one of my faves, so I'm definitely excited to read this. Next, I thrifted. I swear there are so many Harlan Coben books at Goodwill, at least near me. This one is called Missing You, and again, I thrifted, so it was like 99 cents. Good looking. We're almost there, just 2 more to go. This one is called, oh, take it off. This one is called Unsub by Meg Gardiner, and I actually got this one for $3 at Dollar General about a year ago, and I just haven't read it yet. This one was only $3. I couldn't help myself, and again, I bought it over a year ago, so I really need to get to reading it. 2 more to go, at least on this list. Another book by Lisa Gardner called Gone. I thrifted this one. I'm excited. These are like the best kind of books to me. And the last one is More News Tomorrow by Susan Richards-Shreve. I got this one from I got it from a bookstore, obviously, because that's where you buy books from, but I got it as a blind date with a book, so this is what I picked. Very excited about this one. Reading it just now actually made me more excited to read it than any other time I've read it, so hopefully it will live up to the expectations. Plus, it is only like 250 pages, so I'm excited. How old is this book? 2020. Well, 2019. I'm excited. Those are all of the books that I am going to try to read as physical books as soon as I can. I know that it won't take me that long to read them once I actually start because I've already actually started on my list. I've got 2 down so far and I'm very excited to read them all. I'm just putting them back up, which is obviously what you're watching me do. Again, super excited to get through these just because I feel like they've been sitting here for so long. Ooh, okay, gotta put all the books back. There's just so many of them, and I have them in this order so that I know what order to read them in, because otherwise I will lose them probably. Different Gun Girl, there we go. That like takes care of a lot of them because there's a couple on here that I've already read, so then I will like switch out the ones that I haven't read with the ones I have read, make a new TBR. It's gonna be a good time. There we go. They're all back on my shelf. So if you guys watched this whole video, thank you so much. I have been filming for 25 minutes, which is forever. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.